Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to April. Something about rain showers and flowers. It's springtime. Got the beautiful got the beautiful blue sky out here. Woods are turning green again. That's nice. But what I'm thinking about is this truck right here. Now, you know, this video is filmed backwards. I'm filming the intro after I've already finished because that's just how I am sometimes. I've got the bed back on it. I've got the tank installed and semi-permanently done up. I still need to take it down one more time. But anyway, I am about to show you the process of how I did that. So, what is my plan here? I bought this is a tank from my 1987 Chevrolet Blazer. It's got 31 gallons of capacity, and it fits just in between these frame rails. I mean, it's got good space. We can make that work pretty good. But anyway, I also got these tank straps. I bent that one at a 90 degrees so I could strap it into that thing there, cross member, see it? That threaded nut will go on the bottom side of that cross member, and it's gonna hold this tank. That end will be bent too, and when you run those nuts down tight, the whole tank is gonna lift up, okay? But instead of just lifting up and sitting on top of those straps and rattling around when you're going down the highway, what I want to do is probably take either something like that, if I can find it, which I probably won't be able to. I mean, we got plenty of scrap material over there. If I can find something in that pile that works. Anyway, take something, probably like a 1x1 rectangle tube or square tubing. Build a little, I guess I could weld it. I don't know. Have one piece going from here to here, and one piece going from here to here. That way, when those straps tighten up, it lifts the whole tank and gets pinched between those two metal bars. Now that's similar to how they do it on, you know, your mom's Honda and and a 1987 Blazer. On the black truck, the gas tank back here, you can't see nothing, it's nighttime, but this is one of the straps for the gas tank, and it was held in similarly. It was pinched against the bottom of that cross member by this strap somehow. I don't remember how it went, but it's the same concept. You run this bolt tight, it clamps in and wedges it against that cross member. There's that tank sitting over there. So I'm not crazy, I'm not the first person to do this, but that's my idea right now. I might have shown it, or I might not have. This opening is a little bit less tall than those ribs on the bed. And this is gonna be crappy, it gets dark, but this distance is a little bit greater than that distance. So if I can sneak a tube coming out of here, going up into the bed and out, if you can imagine, out into the, what am I trying to do? Out into the bedside, like you see on a regular pickup truck. They can't show it on that one, but it end up like right there, right next, maybe right next to the Ranger badge. I don't really know. That I haven't gotten that far yet. Good grief. Oh, look here. out some steel. Now, I will not comment on the price of this because I don't think it was worth it. But this is 3/4 inch steel tubing, weldable steel, that I'm going to format and copy paste to make a bracket. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these wonderful pieces of steel and I'm going to make, good grief, I'm going to make, for the sake of example, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a bar on each side. That way when the strap tightens and it'll pinch this gas tank in place. Now yes, it'll be concentrating all the force into one spot, but if that's a problem, I've got plate. Well, I say I've got plate. I've got sheet metal and stuff over there I can weld on and make it more flat like this. Make it more flat like this to spread out the load. I'm gonna have to bolt these cross members in place permanently-ish, and I think what will do nicely is these chunkers right here. Now this is probably way overkill for what I'm doing, but it is frame and it is supporting something fairly important, so, and dangerous. So what I'm gonna do is use these bolts that were from the bumper on the black truck, which is on that truck was where you would tow something from. So these are rated to support 5,000 pounds, however much, pulling backwards, so they got a lot of shear force. Way overkill for what I'm doing. There's no load on these cross members other than side to side load, which may, I don't know, be in excess of 5,000 pounds. I don't know. Anyway, regardless of whether I need them or not, I'm going to drill holes, line that all up, and put these in there. It didn't go my way, boys. See, the problem is the bolts are just too big, and they're bigger than the 1/2 inch drill bit that I have, so they won't feed down in there. I beat that one with a hammer, but the other side, it's not worth it. I think I'm going to turn my attention to robbing bolts off of that bumper over there, and we'll see where that takes us. Well, boys, I think I'm done for the day. It just doesn't make any sense to keep going. Bolt number 10 is fighting me, so I think I'm just gonna exclude him from the plan. Well, there's a lot of ifs. If it wasn't Sunday, if I had a better drill bit, if I had my welding machine running, I might. But those ifs are all dry creeks right now. So I got a little ambitious today. I thought I was gonna hang this tank in here, but no, ain't no way. On that bombshell, back to the studio. Update. It's Monday morning. I can't see the sun. It's Monday afternoon. 12 o'clock is what I'm saying. Here's your car. Here's what's going on. Yesterday, I didn't do much because it was rainy. I went to church, and that's about it. Watched a Christmas Story Christmas. That was good. I don't know if I've ever seen the original movie all the way through, but I know it was on at my grandmother's house every Christmas. Anyway, I ordered some stuff on Amazon. I got the parts coming in for the welding machine, a drill bit, some anti-rust undercoating that I can supposedly paint onto that frame. And this morning, I came out here and tried to mount those straps to the bottom of the gas tank. But let me tell you where I messed up. What? No, I didn't drill the wrong hole. That's called APTS, Adjustable Positioning Tank Straps. You got the one hole on the outside and the one hole on the outside. It's because you need adjustability. Nope, I drilled the wrong hole. Anyway, fix that problem. They line up good now with this groove on the bottom. Starting to look like an actual rig. Next on the list, you might have seen it in that little clip there. Gotta figure out how to get this cross member right here. How to get that strap all the way up there. And as the saying goes in the South, there's more than one way to skin a cat. But I hadn't quite figured out the best way yet. And I'm almost wondering if I can't just flip this thing upside down, because it's got a curve in it. Let me chew on that for a minute. Here you can see that curve I was talking about. Normally, it sits like this with the curve facing up. But if I were to put it, mounting it like this, with the curve facing down, that would get me closer to that strap right there. And so I don't have to run like a big piece of all thread or something. It can be shorter and tighter, theoretically speaking. That works pretty good. And it reduces the height from the bottom of the gas tank to the bottom of this cross member by a factor of probably 3 inches maybe. Meaning I have more room to get this strap in here. And what I want to do, instead of trying to use this style of connector like I have on the other side, for this side what I want to do is take this off, take it completely off, drill a hole, and either run this little stud here or a piece of all thread and weld the stud to the bottom of this cross member and stick, and just have the strap coming up and curling up until it hits right there. What that'll do is that'll keep me from having to stick a wrench in here, snaking all the way in here, and to get at that nut. All I have to do is take either a socket or an impact or whatever, put a deep well socket on the bottom of it, and just buzz it up in there. So if I ever want to take the tank out without taking the bed off, all I have to do is come down, zip this down, zip that down, and the tank should just slide out. I need my welder to do anything really, but once the parts get here, and hopefully they fit, we can get after it. What happened is this liner, this has a little steel coil inside of it, and it runs all the way to the torch tip down there. If you step on that, or if you kink it too hard, or if you sneeze wrong, that gets jammed up. And I learned that the hard way, because when I tried to pull that out, because it jammed up on me, and I wasn't able to get it back out. No. Yep. Well, it looks like a bomb went off in here. But the good news is, stupid welder is a welder again. That's good. I've been doing stuff. I cut out this piece of metal stick, and I've built my little spacer the way I want it to get it adjusted to the right height. All I need to do is just ensure that I have everything straight and true, and then we can tack this thing up and be done with it. Maybe I should clean first. No, I'm just gonna keep going. Alright, so you can see I've got that little piece of metal clamped in there like I want it. I got just enough hose length to go ahead and bzz it together. Need to plug it in, get my hood on, and we're gonna make some sparks here. The sparks are either gonna be here, here, or here. Don't ask what that came from. I don't want to talk about it. Alright, here we go. Uh-oh, lost the ground already. You could have seen that coming. Well, that's extremely cold, but it's tacked in there. That's all I wanted to do. I was scared I was going to burn through the metal instead of welding to it. So, life lesson, just send it. Gosh, it's too hot. Blew right through that. That's running like crap. We got it. Good evening. Day number 943. It's Sunday. It's nighttime. I got the welding machine fixed the other day. I'm in a little bit better mood today anyway. I made all these parts. Bracketry and stuff. It makes a bunch of racket. Here's what I'm thinking. So here's your tank strap that comes around the bottom of your gas tank. That's your threaded rod. This is that. It's gonna look something like that. Then this goes on top and welds to the bottom of the cross member. So it'll look like this, and then I'm gonna cross brace it this way so it doesn't. Actually, it looks like that. So this sticks down far enough for me to reach my bolt up in here, tighten it up. That stays strong and is bolted to here. That's 3 1/4, which is how long that is. The most difficult part is going to be welding this thick steel to that thin wall square tubing. But I think I've got an idea if the welder and the power grid here will work with me. So I came out here without my GoPro, and I did this right here. I finished welding all that. Those welds look pretty ugly. I remember them looking better. Anyway, they're nice and hot. They stick good. I reinforced that so that pulls straight up now instead of trying to bend that. I've got the sideways brace so it won't move forward or backwards. I can put my boot on that and push as hard as I can, and it won't move. That's what I'm saying. Last time I left off, and the best I remember, I was having trouble fitting these bolts in each of their respective holes, and I needed to find a way to wallow them out enough to fit the bolts through. And I think I have just the man to do it. Since this is an OSHA approved job site, I went and got my jeans, boots without the fur, And gloves. Because when I light up the Fingerburner 9000 and you're blasting molten metal around here, you want this portion of your body to be protected. Or so I say. I should have one of those welding aprons. And that's fireproof. That would prevent all pot marks from landing on my skin. But I like to do things the hard way. Say what you want to about MIG, TIG, stick welders. Oxyacetylene, in my opinion, is the king of them all. You can weld, raise, cut, bend, heat, do whatever you want to do. All in those 2 bottles right there. I'm done for the day, I believe. I got my nice shirt on from Barber's. I gotta go and eat something. And I don't know when I'll be back, but I'll see you later. You can tell, because of the way that I am, that I'm using my angle grinder, cleaning up these pieces of metal. Looking pretty snazzy. I'm gonna finally put on that POR 15. I'm gonna do this cross member. I'm gonna do the inside of the frame the best I can. Clean up my welds. I'm gonna leave all the patina there. I don't even really like that word, but that's what it is. I'll leave all the rust and the exterior cosmetic thing. I'll leave it all there. I just want to undercoat the underside, the part that actually really matters, the frame and everything, so it stays strong and stays healthy for a long time. There's gonna be, ooh, is that a part number? I don't believe it. It's gotta be C5TA. Can't believe it. Anyway.
OSHA approved job site.
There goes that one. 38 days and 9 eye surgeries later, I'll say that looks pretty snappy. I mean, on the inside, yeah, I could do better. But I've got kind of a limited time because it's going to rain tomorrow. And this stuff doesn't like humidity very much, apparently, according to my internet. So, I think that's good enough because they advertise it. It says it on the can. Coat rusted or bare metal surfaces. I'm just going to take them at their word and say, hey, all right. Think about it. I had a thought moment today. Where does the name Elizabeth come from? I know it's biblical. That's John the Baptist's mother, I think, in my head. But, what does it mean? Artisan built wind chime, $9,000, eBay. Nope, definitely not. It's just a piece of aluminum wire that I had. I strung it out like I wanted it, and we're gonna paint from it. Problem 1 though is I bought gray. Well, I was envisioning black. I wanted black, but it doesn't matter. This stuff is really runny too. I didn't expect it to be that runny. Oh man. Okay. Okay, I see. Good coat on there. I should probably pay attention to what time it is There's something important I need to do. But it'll be okay. Look at that. I don't know. I might kind of dig the gray. Primered up, ready to rock. Well, I will be a watermelon in a pumpkin patch. I'm pretty proud of the way that looks. Yeah. And that completes my works for the day, I believe. I'm gonna go in, take a shower. My hands are all silver, and I wish it was black, but the gray looks pretty darn slick. Guten Morgen. We are doing pretty good. I've been out here since about 11 today. It's probably 5, I don't know. And it looks pretty slick, doesn't it? You can't tell under all the junk, but I've got this thing hung in there, and I think it's strong enough for me to stand on it. I mean, I think it's going to serve me well, no matter how bad it looks, because there are some spots I wish that didn't look like they did. But what I'm going to do now, I'm going to get this spool of hose, and I'm going to run it all the way on the driver's side frame rail up to the fuel pump on the engine, and then we're going to see if she'll pull fuel. I've got my flaring tool out. I don't know if I said it, but I went through the entire brake system on this truck. I replaced all the lines with new copper, either copper lined or something, stainless steel brake line. And so I've this is what's called a brake flaring tool, and what it does, it just puts a little lip on the outside of the tube, so it'll mate up and get a good seal. This is what's called a single flare, and you're not supposed to use that on brake line. They used to when it was 1962, but they've since gone to a double flare design that is more secure and is easier, has better sealing, and doesn't blow out. So, but this is fine for fuel line. What I'm holding here is a big roll of excuse me, big roll of 3/8 fuel line, about 25 feet worth. Excuse the mess, but I've been hard at it today, and I don't even know where this bucket came from, or that bucket. Probably something important, but I don't really know. Uh-oh. Already made a mistake. There we go. Here we go. We're going in now. Alright. Yep.
I'll tell you though, having the bed off makes it significantly easier to crawl underneath. It makes it significantly easier to work, is what I'm trying to say.
Just gotta pull it. Ow! Ow, it impaled my chest. Oh, have I gotten bigger? I didn't used to hit my chest there. Ow! An hour and 42 minutes later, after pushing and pulling and twisting and thinking about quitting, yep, we got it run in there. Now obviously it's a little bit too long right now, but it's simple enough to just cut it and then flare it again, and that would beat trying to pull that remainder through. You can see the end of the hose right there. See it? I ended up cutting that old line out and just running the new line exactly where the old one was. That worked pretty good. I've got my last flare hooked in here. This little piece of rubber line just mates to that aluminum tube. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect this hose clamp right here as a purge valve, you know. So I'm gonna turn the starter over and I'm gonna have my hand right there waiting for fuel. And then when it comes, I can stop the starter, plug it back in, and then see if we can get this thing to run. All right, so right here, oh geez, I can't remember which wire it is. We're gonna find out. One of these wires is the signal wire for the starter. So when I bump it, it overrides the key and bumps the starter over. Yeah, that's the right wire. Was that water coming out of there? That's fine. Here we go. That's not fine. That had a lot of rust in it. Contact. Alright, let me just give that starter a break for a minute. Oh good, this has got a hole in it. Piece of junk. Ain't worth nothing. I'm trying to light myself on fire every time I work on this thing. Only I would go grab a bucket with holes in it to put gasoline in. I'm not actually mad, I'm just... I got fired up there for a minute. Your boy isn't the sharpest tool in the shed. I hooked it up to the vent line. Not the feed line. That's fine. Anyway, it's a simple fix at least. All I gotta do is transfer that hose over there. Oops, turned around backwards. Yep. Okay. Right. Here we go. I've got this here. All right, contact. There you go. Awesome. We got good gasoline coming up through there. All right, we've got everything buttoned back down. This is the first start on the new gas tank. All right, choke. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Ain't that just my luck? Shut up. I don't know. I'm happy. And I think I'm going to end the video right here. Appreciate y'all. See you next time.